Let me see. This is crazy. Exclusive interview. Valve's official Counter-Strike dev team on the past, present, and future. PC Gamer. Oh, shizzle. This is big. Guys, usually you never hear from Valve. This is straight from the source. Let's have a look. Exclusive interview. Valve on the future of Counter-Strike 2. Boys, let me read you a little bad time story. If you're right now cozied up under your blanket, I'm a good reader, I'm telling you, bro. At school, Mark, please read page 5. Teacher, I'm fucking down, bro. I'm a good reader. I enjoy reading. Exclusive interview. Valve on the future of Counter-Strike 2. What has been and what's to come for one of the greatest PC games ever made. The greatest. September 27th saw the full release of Counter-Strike 2. The latest iteration of and the first direct sequel to the greatest competitive FPS ever made. Despite the number, it is the 5th game in the main Counter-Strike series, which began
Shut the fuck up, you fucking...
Your waffling used to be more chill, more slow talking, more thinking, less ADHD personality. I feel like you slowly changed it to match X2C.
Crack 1G, that's exactly why your number one skins get beaten here and there. I'm telling you, bro. Gaben knows. That's just, come on, man. That's not, bro, please. What ADHD? So, what were we doing? Ah, yeah, reading the text. So, thanks for the 1000 bits. Despite the number, it is the 5th game in the main Counter-Strike series, which began in 1999 with a mod for Half-Life. Valve quickly hired the mod's creators after its release and launched Counter-Strike as a standalone game in 2000. Counter-Strike's subsequent journey is an article unto itself. Guys, stop the tears. But the last and most significant stop before CS2 was Counter-Strike Global Offensive, released in 2013 and built upon in a pioneering fashion, and which was, until CS2, the biggest and most exciting esports in the world, peaking toward the end of its life at an incredible 1.8 million daily players. We had the opportunity to speak to the CS2 development team at Valve to ask about the past, present, and future of one of the greatest PC games ever made. Here we go. PC Gamer. Over CSGO's lifespan, it changed enormously, and Valve clearly learned a ton that went into Counter-Strike 2. It proved to be a much more dynamic game. Isn't there something like, it reads it for me? How do I do that? Shit. Clearly learned a lot that went into Counter-Strike 2. It proved to be a much more dynamic game over its past lifespan than previous iterations of CS. Without losing focus on that core competitive mode, did this occur organically, or was it always conceived as a 10-year project?
What sunshine is to flowers.
Please. I'm so smart. Here we go. This is straight from Valve. This is Sarah from Valve.
Well, CSGO certainly wasn't released with a specific timeline in mind. We couldn't have predicted how massive the audience would become over 10 years. But the plan from the start was a long-term commitment to the game's development, and the decision to move to CS2 came out of that same broader commitment to Counter-Strike. CSGO was an incredible game, but its development was fundamentally limited by aging technology. As the rest of Valve transitioned to developing on the Source 2 engine, it became apparent that the best way to continue supporting CS was to do the hard work of rewriting the game on the new engine. It's easy to think about a new engine in terms of graphics, gameplay, and all of the tangible differences between CS GO and CS2, but to be honest, the biggest upgrade is the fact that we will be able to continue supporting CS for many years to come.
Such a corporate answer. Thank you so much, Sarah. That number 2 is a big statement of intent, establishing CS2 as the first direct sequel in Counter-Strike's 23-year-old history. Why make this distinction? We now got an official from Valve, Davis. Thanks for coming.
CS2 is truly the largest technical leap forward in Counter-Strike history. The game is built on an entirely new engine with fundamental changes to nearly every system. Every map was reauthored in the new engine, every weapon model, every animation, every sound. Even the way players find matches has gotten an update. About half of our playtime is now in Premier mode.
That's it?
So much changed from CSGO that we just couldn't consider it to be the same game anymore. This isn't a spin-off, this is the next iteration of mainline Counter-Strike.
Well said, thanks so much. Interesting. Only half of the playtime is Premier. What the fuck are people playing? No shot, they're playing matchmaking, or? Does face set count towards the pool? I don't think so, huh? Cases, 9. I think playtime, they mean actually playing, or? And 20% of the playtime is revolver cases. No. Deathmatch. Yeah, I think deathmatch and casual, because of not a lot of new players, they need to get the 10 wins first and everything, you know? Or like the level 10 or whatever it is, like the requirement for Premier. Since CS2's released, we've seen some popular sharing clips of encounters where hits aren't registered as expected. What do you make of clips like these from players? Are CS2 subtick servers working as intended? Oh, shizzle. Here we go. Got another official coming in. Thanks so much for your time, Eric. I appreciate you for coming and answering this question.
Well, to be clear, those examples aren't issues with subtick servers. They show a different bug, but the important thing is that those clips helped us isolate the specific bug and ship the fix to customers quickly. Bugs like that are unfortunate, but detailed community feedback is incredibly helpful. As to your question about subtick servers, the goal of subtick is to give everyone a consistent, tick-independent experience that's better than CSGO's 64 or 128 tick experience. For the most part, the system works as intended, but as we rolled out the feature to more and more people, we got feedback, like those clips, about systems that weren't reaching their goals. The CS community is understandably focused on both differences and bugs that affect their experience, and we're working hard to address them.
Interesting. I saw a question about subtick servers. The goal of subtick is to give everyone a consistent tick-independent experience that's better than CSGO's 128 tick experience. Really? Is that a truthful statement, chat? Yes or no? I don't know. They never upgraded the servers in CSGO. I mean, we will find out, I guess. I don't know. Launch and year 1. What are the plans of Wait, how long is this? Oh, not long at all. Jesus. Bro, they had like no time. What the fuck? What are the plans for CS2's first year? Ooh, good question. We got another official from Valve commenting on this. Elizabeth, please go ahead. Thank you so much for being here.
One of the most exciting elements of a new release is seeing, finally, how players approach the game. They fundamentally change our view of what to prioritize and how the future might look. For example, Premier Matchmaking is now the most popular mode in Counter-Strike, which we didn't predict.
What? Of course.
So we're keeping our first-year plans flexible as we balance our ability to respond to urgent player needs
Elizabeth?
with the long list of other features we'd love to ship.
Which we didn't expect? Bro, what the fuck? That makes no sense, or? Did they think it would be dead like in CSGO? You got the whole elo system now. This is what everybody was waiting for, no? Reworked fucking ranking system. Interesting, which we didn't expect. The most popular mode in Counter-Strike. Did they expect the cases to be more popular? Where? Unlucky, Elizabeth. What? There's been a significant NFT question. Valve hates NFTs. Games that have NFTs included get thrown away from the fucking from Steam. Here we go. They don't even get accepted. There's been a significant backlash to NFTs in the gaming community. And of course, skins question. And of course, games that feature NFTs in cryptocurrency, the 2-time, aren't allowed on Steam. One of the promises of NFTs is the notion of being able to take valuable in-game items from one game to the next. Counter-Strike 2 is perhaps the first game to actually achieve this. What do you make of CS2 validating this concept of players retaining inventories across different games? Oh, baby. Chat, skins question. Skins question. Do I let someone waffle about this or do I read it myself? Fuck it. We got Joey. We got Joey from Valve. Joey, please. This is my favorite question. Please. Here we go. Thank you for being here.
From the start of development, we knew that CS2 would ultimately replace CSGO, and we wanted to ensure that players could keep as many of their CSGO skills and items as possible. So, early into the process we started the work to support all of the CSGO weapons, stickers, agents, and music in CS2. There were non-trivial challenges in getting older items to fit into the look and feel of the new game.
Non-trivial!
Something we knew would be very
Yo,
important.
stop! What means non-trivial? This is very important here. There were non-trivial challenges. Non-trivial. Doesn't mean hard. Not easy. Yeah, because they still haven't succeeded. There were non-trivial challenges in getting older items to fit into the look and feel of the new game. I think they still haven't succeeded. I'm gonna keep it real, bro. So, I feel like skins, it's better now than at the beginning. Maybe I just had to get used to it. But it's so much more realistic, everything. Not like a sim, but, you know, everything looks so much more realistic. Not like plastic graphics like we had in CSGO. And then we have these goofy-ass guns that now look a little bit, I feel like sometimes, out of place. I don't know. I don't know if this will ever be possible in a game that looks so much more like reality or whatever, or that has such better graphics than CSGO. In CSGO, like, yeah, you had a goofy AK in a goofy-looking game, in a pixelated game, you know? Now it's fucking CS2, we got crazy graphics, I don't know. And then we got a goofier fucking AK. Still, they made a good job so far. Maybe, yeah. Okay, let me read the rest. Non-trivial challenges. But the feature was something we knew would be very important to players, of course. The most important thing for players. If I can speak for the majority. For us, bringing the items forward is just a customer-centered way to bridge between a game and its successor. Sometimes people talk about NFTs in the context of Counter-Strike items, but to be honest, we don't know enough about NFTs, to weigh in on that conversation. LOL. We just try to make the best decisions we can about the things our players care about. LOL. We don't know enough about NFTs. Okay. I think that's, I don't know, is that capped? I don't know, maybe. What else? Has the launch been a success? And is there anything in hindsight you'd have done differently? Ooh, good question. Almost the last one already. Fuck, man. Okay, we got another spokesperson from Valve. Stefan, thanks so much for being here. Please go ahead.
The launch has been an overwhelming success, and the player numbers are still humbling. Believe it or not, one of the biggest successes was the limited test. Getting the game into players' hands quickly and early gave us hugely valuable feedback that drove many of our decisions leading up to release. So we were very happy with the process that led us from early development to limited test to release. As to what we'd have done differently, we could have handled our communication over the system requirements for CS2 better. We should have let affected players know earlier in the process.
Ooh.
We know there's a conversation about whether the limited test should have been longer.
What the fuck? Blood just, bro, this fucking guy. Bro, Blood is paid by the hour. Oh man. Where was my man Stefan? Bro, please don't leave, bro. Oh man. But that's interesting. As to what we've done differently, we could have handled our communication over the system requirements for CS2 better. System requirements. Yeah, because imagine someone, little Jimmy with a GTX 900 from fucking 1999, right? That can barely run CSGO, maybe buy some nice skins or whatever, all of a sudden gets thrown into CS2's deep water and then can't play the game anymore. Yeah. Yeah. And Mac. They don't support Mac anymore. That's a little bit weird. We know there's a conversation about whether the limited test should have been longer. For sure, there are some features that would have been included in CS2 at launch if we had a longer beta. But over time, it's not clear what the priorities should be when you have an ever-shrinking and self-selecting subset of the community participating. Smart. And without everyone playing the same game, we couldn't make much progress on the most critical systems like networking, performance, and core gameplay. Since we've launched, we've been getting feedback about new bugs, behaviors, and issues from players at every level, from casual players on on older hardware to the pros. Yeah. Launching the game has massively accelerated the pace of improving CS2. So we think that launching when we did was the right time, really. Even if the landing was and still is bumpy. They are aware and they are admitting. They're admitting. That's very important, bro. That's very important. I hate people that don't admit. Ultimately, this is the fastest way to get CS2 to where we all want it to be. 1 of 5 or 10 years from now? What? You can't take away CSGO and then say that. Am I the only one thinking that? What the fuck do you mean 10 years? What the fuck? What the fuck? To where we all wanted to be. Bro, we had CSGO where we all wanted to be, and now we have, oh man, 10 years? Oh, shizzle. Maybe they're trying to just like loosen the tires so they have no pressure. Like they had with we are gonna release in summer, you know? I don't know. Now nobody's like, now people are like, okay, 10 years they said. I don't know. Gun modes and maps. You very slightly reduced the spray of every rifle in game. Why? In CSGO, players were split between 64 and 128 tick servers. Tick rate affected CSGO in several ways, including how grenades were simulated and the spray patterns for weapons, and players had difficulty switching between the two environments. The goal of CS2 was to unify those two groups, and sub-tick servers an important step towards that goal. The sub-tick servers separate gameplay from tick boundaries, which lets us fine-tune gameplay toward whatever specific standard we want. So to get back to your question, the spray patterns look slightly reduced compared to compared to 64 tick CSGO, because as a general rule, we've tried to match the 128 tick behavior when possible. And 128 tick rate spray are roughly the size you currently see in CS2. Okay. Do you intend to introduce new weapons? Who the fuck cares? Yes. That's nice. It's not the top priority at the moment, but we absolutely plan to introduce some new weapons for CS2. We're always looking for ways to give players more interesting decisions to make in the game. So we'll typically look at cases. Oh no, I thought cases. Look at cases. I thought revolver cases. Look at cases where players either don't have the right tools to approach a situation or have only 1 or 2 tools available. Where's the gameplay getting stale? What kind of weapon might shake up the status quo? Bro, I'm fried right now, not gonna lie. Oh, shizzle. Oh. Teacher, give me 1 minute, please. Okay. Over the 10 years of Counter-Strike Global Offensive, we learned some occasionally painful lesson about how to gracefully introduce a new weapon to the game. We think we are revolver aware. We think we have a handle on how to approach this in the future. And with the customizable loadouts in CS2, shipping weapons should be even more straightforward. No, it's more than I thought. Oh, shizzle. Yo, Steven, are you there? Can we get a Valve official, please, for this next question somehow? Anyone there? Aya! Why has CS2... Wait. CS2's release this far has focused on the competitive side of the game. A lot of stuff people loved about the previous games hasn't yet appeared. Whether that's modes like Arms and Race or particular community maps and things like surfing. What's the plan here? Great question. We got Snoop Dogg from Valve to answer this wonderful question. Snoop Dogg, thank you for taking your time.
Those modes haven't been forgotten. We have plans to reintroduce popular game modes and explore others. That being said, all game modes, regardless of their rules, fundamentally depend on solid core gameplay. So in the short term, we have been keeping our development focused on the spaces where players spend the overwhelming amount of their collective time. It's a trade-off, and understandably frustrating for players who primarily enjoyed other game modes, but we believe this is the best approach for the long-term success of CSGO.
Thank you, Snoop. It's a trade-off and understandably frustrating for players who primarily enjoy these mobile modes. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people didn't play them. That being said, all game modes, regardless of the rules, fundamentally depend on solid core gameplay. Yeah, true. So in the short term, we have been keeping our development focus on spaces. Those modes haven't been forgotten. We have plans to reintroduce popular game modes. Popular game modes? No! Rip Danger Zone, huh? Danger Zone was not a popular game mode. Where? And explore others. Ooh. What could that be? Interesting. Why has Dust 2 survived this long? I know it's almost a joke now, and there are easy answers about asymmetric, etc. But what has made this the iconic FPS map? Good question. And we have another Valve official here to answer this question. Thank you so much, John, for taking your time out of your day to answer this.
Dust 2 nailed the formula of the competitive CS map. It has good distances between bomb sites and team spawns, and there are enough routes to allow changing tactics but not so many that you're never committed. It's minimalist and noob-friendly, and it's the perfect canvas for showing off your skills. Everything before it didn't work quite right, competitively, and everything that came after was influenced by it.
Fucking hate Dust 2. Thank you. The contemporary mainstream FPS defaults towards aim downside shooting, whereas in CS only guns with sights do that. Has the CS dev team ever considered a radical shakeup of the shooting basics? Or do they think these classic principles will stand for another 10 years? I love that question. We got another Valve official here. Thank you so much. I know your time is valuable. Jimmy, thank you so much for being here, bro. I know you're busy with your videos. Thank you for answering this question.
We probably think about it in the opposite direction. What problem does aiming downside solve? And do we have that problem? Unconsoles ads is a great solution to the difficulty of aiming with a controller. You can hide an auto-aim snap to the enemy in the transition, reduce controller sensitivity to make aiming easier, etc. But those aren't gameplay input problems that PC players have, and more importantly, it's not something our players are expressing any concern about. So we don't have any plans to change the basics in CSGO.
Lovely. What are the 3 important things every Counter-Strike map should have? Ooh, I love that question. Jimmy, I think you have time for one more. Huh? Thank you so much.
Players. Every great Counter-Strike map started off as a not great Counter-Strike map. And the difference has always been player feedback. No matter how much internal testing we do with our maps, we can never match the feedback we get from millions of players throwing millions of smokes or jumping on every conceivable surface. That feedback instantly makes the maps that much better. Yeah. And beyond our team, the most successful community map makers excel at getting their early ideas into players' hands quickly and iterating on their feedback. We'll try to get their maps in front of as many players as possible, and we can't wait to see what they create for CS2.
But then, Chat, then I'm wondering, how the fuck did Vertigo survive for so long? If they say that, like, the community is everything when it comes to maps. Everybody fucking hates. Everybody hates on fucking Vertigo, bro. It's still there. Hey, we out here, bro. We out here. They listen to the minorities as well. We are the minority. We are all Vertigo enjoyers. And we will stand here for Vertigo for the end of time. Thanks, Valve. How is the community market for items, skins, reacted to the release of CS2? Oh, shizzle. Are they aware? Did you notice any particular data or changes in the item market that surprised you? I'm going to read this for myself. Oh, man. Because the market is really going downhill right now. Because everybody invested and thought prices would boom, but they didn't. We generally only look at market prices when we're thinking about shipping new stuff and want to understand players' preferences. Players' interest in items fluctuates over time for many reasons, so outside of that context, we try not to read too much into temporal changes. Fair. And as we were leading up to CS2, we were focused on other areas of the game. So while there may have been lots of interesting things going on in the market, we weren't paying attention. Fair. The future of Counter-Strike. What's the one change in CS2 that won't make any headlines, but is going to be the most important for the long-term health of the game?
Better tools were the foundation of Source 2. They're how we updated and improved all of the content that you see in CS2. And those tools are now available to every artist in the Counter-Strike community. The tools don't get a lot of headlines, but they're the key to all of the community content that will shape CS2 in the years to come.
What? In the years to come and what? Bro, that was a dot. Looking over CSGO's lifespan and development with hindsight, what was its greatest success and its greatest misstep. Ooh. The Arms and Deals update. The Arms and Deals update, greatest success, greatest misstep. The R8 update? I don't even know. Let's see it. This is an important one.
We ran lots of experiments in CSGO, and by far the most successful experiment was our first. The introduction of matchmaking.
Boring.
The introduction of skill-based matchmaking to CSGO, official 5v5 matches with visible skill groups, was a turning point for the game and the broader CS community. Not only was it instantly the most popular Counter-Strike game mode, but it also drove a massive increase in player retention. From that point forward, CS player base grew at an incredible rate, and we never looked back. Missteps. How many pages do we get?
Lol.
We've had plenty of missteps over the years. Usually they came from us failing to follow our own process of listening to the community and understanding their needs. But sometimes they came from us having a process that wasn't particularly good in the first place. For example, when we launched the Ray pistol, it had some significant bugs. Those bugs were fixed the next day, and the weapon's damage was lowered the day after that. But because the gun was introduced in every game mode, that period affected everyone and was very disruptive. Among the many things we learned from the Ray was to be more careful in shipping new or major changes to weapons, to let players put them through their paces before making them available everywhere.
Fair. And how different, by the way, thank you so much for taking your time. So far, I've really been enjoying this interview. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate your time, big time. I only have a couple more questions. How different do you expect CS2 to look in 10 years?
We should all expect CSWO to look very different in 10 years. Just look at how much CSGO changed. But just as CSGO's final form was the culmination of a decade of experiments, CSWO's future isn't set in stone. We don't have a specific vision that we're trying to realize, but rather a process we want to continue to execute for many years. We'll continue to explore all of the opportunities that come with the game and its amazing community, to experiment with new ideas, and to do the hard work necessary to make CSGO the place every FPS fan wants to be.
Well said. I myself call myself part of the community. Hey, you may not know much about me. I'm just the interviewer, right, from PC Gamer, but I've been a fan of your franchise for a long time now as well. And yeah, I want to thank you for your time. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, yeah.
Thank you as well. You look sexy, bro.
Aha! Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay, boys, that was it. Valve official interview. Interesting. Oh man, making me blush there at the end. Okay, boys, interesting. I want to say thank you for the mother sucking stream. Boys, I'll see you guys 2 fucking tomorrow. I'm happy that we tried something new out today. I'm happy